Nestled in the hills of Virginia, where touching the Hokie Stone means remembering the legends who formed the foundation of a power. Names like Vic and Beamer, and a lunch pail mentality that applies to the Virginia Tech Hokies. And the Hokies will kick it away to start. Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So Clemson's offense takes the field. Here he comes, and any time this guy touches the ball, and he will touch it plenty, a bolt of electricity just goes through the stadium, David.
And they'll feature him. They'll give him the ball, like you said, a lot, early, often, and he's a guy that can make game-breaking plays. The offense is built around his ability.
And that pass intercepted. Oh, he would have loved. A few more yards on that return, but they've still got it at the 31.
This is a team that believes they're way better than what their record indicates. I know they've got a losing record coming into this one, but they felt like they could make some plays early in this one. Show the rest of the country just how good they are. Phenomenal job on defense. On the opening drive, getting the pick, and now setting the offense up here early with great field position.
A great spot to start this drive for the offense. From the gun, the ground game. Noses ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking downfield, it's Watson. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. The Hokies look to do some damage in the red zone. They go to the ground. Trying to run it in the red zone. He's got 4, and he's down at the 12. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. He's got it on the move. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. And it's right down the boulevard. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. Here's the return from inside his 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get louder up.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Snagged in the middle. It's Dobbs. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
He's looking for a man on 2nd down. Finds the tight end. Open space at the 25. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. Let's see what Clemson comes up with on 1st and goal. They want to throw it. Going for 6. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? This quarterback part of their running game. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that. Clemson is quick to the line. A run for the quarterback. And they're able to get him down.
Decision time right here. I like going for it. You're playing on the road. You have an opportunity to take the crowd out of it a little bit here. Why not just line up quickly and just try to run the ball?
Yeah, stay aggressive. I mean, you want to shut these people up. You want to quiet them down, but field goals don't do that very often. Try to go for the touchdown right now.
The decision to go for it does not pan out.
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box and getting the big stop.
The give from the gun. Fighting to get it out of the end zone, and I don't think he made it. He did not. It's a safety. After giving up that safety, they'll have to boot it away and give it right back to them.
The return is tackled down at the 37, and the Clemson offense will take over.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Both of these defenses a little bend, but not breaking in clutch situations, David.
It's always exciting when you can go for it on 4th down and you know your defense will make a stand. They held them to a field goal, Jesse. It's a pretty good job by that defense.
It is. So if I'm this coaching staff, don't deviate from the game plan here. Go back to doing what you want to do and get established in this game.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He's going to pass. With the catch, it's Dobbs. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the 1st down. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game. Now on 2nd down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
Nice job by this offense converting the 3rd down. Listen, 3rd and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. 3rd downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Jones. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Moving out of the pocket. Trying to escape and get it himself. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
And that 3rd down pass left a vapor trail, but it's incomplete.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs. Offense getting set for 1st down. A quick pass to the left. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Virginia Tech is on top. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Just feeds the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Now facing a 3rd and long from the 50-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Watson. Looking deep down the right side. And that pass is intercepted. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Line gets set, 1st down. Looking for space. It's Dobbs. At the 35, he's got room. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator of where they're running the football. You can see they ran it to the right. Do they like this matchup? Is the right side of their offensive line really good? I'm going to be paying attention to that because that's a big gain. I got to make sure I shut this down the next time they run it.
They get him down after he makes the catch. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on 2nd down. They're going back to the ground. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the 1st down.
Really nice run there. This guy's so exciting to watch when he's out in the open field. Kind of reminds me of old Clemson greats like C.J. Spiller and Travis Etienne. When they got into the second level, you just held your breath because you thought there was a chance they could break it off for a touchdown. This guy has that same dynamic playmaking ability.
And Reese, you can call him whatever you want to call him. You can call him a wide receiver. Nowadays, you can also call him a running back. These guys get the football so much. You hand him the football like this, and you can see why. When he's got jets like that to turn on the jets and just smoke people, those angles are just erased. You can see. That's why you get this guy the football as much as you can.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Softened him up with a run. Now to throw. Quarterback now breaking the field. Headed to the end zone. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Clemson. Boy, it didn't look pretty at first, but it wound up being most effective.
And that's the problem with these guys. These quarterbacks, it's not the first play you have to play. You have to play the second play and the third play because they just keep extending it and making plays. And then the next thing you know, you look up and the dude's hitting his head on the goalpost.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. We're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The pass.
After the filthy move, he's got room. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Brings up 2nd down.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. They'll try to pop the draw. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
They're bringing heat. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. And the Hokies will call on their punt team. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you, Paul.
So if you're...
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
He'll ride his man on the option. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Makes the grab on the right. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. Quarterback checking the play. They'll throw it on first down. Caught on the outside. It's Moore. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. How about this? They go empty on 2nd and 2. He's looking to throw. Quick strike complete. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. He wants to throw it again. Fires to the wideout. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
And I tell you what, those slant routes, they're timing routes, and those are really hard to get your hand on the football. Nice job by the defender seeing it, reacting to it, and getting his mitten there to knock it down.
Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
One of the big risks about being in an empty set is that you don't have tight ends or running backs helping you out in pass protection. And that time, the quarterback got hit right before he let it go, and that's why that ball fell incomplete.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Going to try to get it himself. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. Clemson jumps to the line. Quarterback will audible. Looking to throw on 2nd down. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
That is not an easy situation if you're an offensive lineman, second and third and long, because you know the D-line, they're coming. They know you're throwing the football. As an O-lineman, you better get out of your stance and get your hands up and punch and not miss, because if you do, then that's what happens right there.
And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
On third and long, you know what's coming. It's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the fourth down.
Kick comes up short, and he's going to try to bring it back.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
This could turn out to be a huge penalty. Thought they were going to have to settle. And now the offense back on the field with a chance for more. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. He'll come out throwing on first down. He'll pull it down. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. He wants to throw here on second down. Got some room, headed to the goal line. That's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Ready to start the second half, and Clemson will kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for a lot more on that when instead he's out of bounds at the 14. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football palm right of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so they can win this game.
Now they'll run the draw. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
Effective draw plays in the running game really begin with the quarterback. The quarterback's got to be a great sailor. You got to really make the defense think it's pass. You keep your eyes focused downfield till the last possible second turnaround.
Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it first down at the 42.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times, in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Running to the left. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're getting this guy lathered up. Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers! The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job, you got points, now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Virginia Tech, 3.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. We're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Holding. Offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Clock ticking away as we have 4 minutes left here in the third. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. To the air, it's Watson. Pockets, and he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it.
And that's why you got to avoid third and long situations if you're on offense, because the defense knows it's pass, and all these guys are pinning their ears back. They're getting upfield, and you're under so much duress. On top of that, you give up a fumble. That is a huge play for the defense.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jeff.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of the defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quick.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. Got the quick pass. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. No reason to panic when you see those extra bodies coming. Just find the big tight end.
Well, and the great ones do that. I think the great ones are okay. You want to blitz? I know my answers. I'm all right. I'll stay patient. Find the matchup. This time it was the tight end. Finds the tight end, throws a strike, gets the 1st down.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
You got to give this defense a ton of credit because they watch the film. They watch this offense go up and down the field. This QB throw multiple TDs their last game out. Didn't allow a TD pass in the first half. You're there in the second half doing a nice job defending the deep ball.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Some 3rd down conversions tougher than others. This one a long one on 3rd down from the 43. To the air, it's Watson. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. The Hokies will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Trying to beat him to the corner on the right. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Now facing a 3rd and long. Off play action. Just a short pass to the tight end. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
Just beautiful, and that's a great feeling as a quarterback when you make that throw. It keeps your offense on the field, keeps the offense in rhythm. Obviously not as good as throwing the touchdown pass, but I'll tell you this, way better than having to trot off over to the bench and wait for your turn to get another shot.
He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. 2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Gonna take a shot. He's got it inside the 15. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
Well, it really just feels like they are trying to make a statement to everybody in college football. They've got a lead, they've got it late, and they are still putting it on this defense. They are still letting it fly. They're airing it out, trying to light up the scoreboard.
He makes the connection. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Now on 2nd and goal. Leaves it with the back. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. They'll come to the line just 1 yard shy of the goal line on 3rd down. Trying to pound it in. Touchdown, Tigers. And the beatdown has ensued. They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the 4th, and they are going to go to 7-0.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Now inside 4 minutes to go here on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. This Clemson defense has been something across the entire game. Old school lockdown.
I mean, unbelievable. Shutting down it.
The freshman able to get home with the sack.
As a defensive lineman, let me tell you something. This is hunting season. This is when you pin your ears back and you absolutely fly to the quarterback, and you can see it. They know it's pass, and they get to him again.
He'll take it on the return. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
And you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. Looking to throw. And here's a fumble way behind the line. And the defense has got it, and they're bringing it back. Hits the accelerator to the right. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. Not content to get the fumble, they scored with the fumble.
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
The deficit is huge. This one is all but over. They'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. They're on it, and they get it back for another drive.
That is a perfectly executed onside kick. Great job by the kicker, making sure the ball goes 10 yards, and then how about the kicking team diving on top of that ball?
Going up top on first down. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. 2nd down coming up. Dropping back, it's Watson. Coming after it. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing if they stop the pass, they win the game, and they have done that. Their guys have won one-on-one on islands. They've been able to get to the quarterback. They've been mixing up their looks. They haven't even allowed 100 yards passing in this one, and that's why they are way ahead here in the 4th quarter.
Wants to throw on 3rd down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This offensive line is not going to like watching the film back tomorrow when they get the opportunity, because they have gotten beat time and time again up front, especially in passing situations. All of the hits, all of the sacks that this quarterback has taken is the biggest reason why they're going to lose this game.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Pressure coming. And they got him. A sack denies the try to convert on 4th down.
And I get it. That's for pride's sake. This game's over. Like, I know you're down and you try to mount drives, and sometimes you even try to get young guys in the game at this point. But now you're just fighting for pride and just letting them try not to get any more points in the score.
How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion?
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. Even in the 4th quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive, pedal to the metal.
And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. Touchdown, Clemson! And the pummeling has started. They extend this 4th quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. They weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'll be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
He wants a big play here late. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy.
He wants to go deep. Grabs it inside the 15. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Duke is down big on the scoreboard, and for a program that traditionally struggles to score, I think we know where this one is headed. They're trailing by 38 to NC State. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Looking to pass. It's Watson. Finds his tight end.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this offense, because today they've been lacking.
Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today.
And they got him for the sack.
The defense has been so dominant up front. You've seen it in these passing situations. That now the 7th sack of the game.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Quick pass on the fly motion. He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down. 1st down for this offense. He wants to throw. He'll take a shot. And the pass is incomplete, looking for a little salve for the wound, but the ball game is over. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination.